Kia ora Canterbury and welcome to Canterbury Live on Thursday, the 18th of June. And a big welcome to Jordan, who's on camera one today, first time in the hot seat there. He's even dancing, so eat your heart out, Paul Henry. We've got our own little dancer in the studio, so there you go. Rightio, today is the first day of Matariki, which is the Māori New Year. And as you know, Ira Mitchell-Kirk, each month she gives you the chance to win one of her beautiful paintings. And this month is no exception and definitely has a Matariki theme. So very, very big thank you to Ira there. It is just divine. So you could have it in your home or potentially your business. August, very exciting indeed. Disney on Ice is heading Christchurch. Disney on Ice presents Dare to Dream. Join your favourite Disney princesses and heroic princes in a classic meets contemporary celebration of 75 years of Disney princess stories. Disney on Ice presents Dare to Dream at the Christchurch Horncastle Arena from the 7th to the 9th of August. Tickets available from Ticketek. That's it, really simple, Ticketek. And we have some tickets for you, you lucky people out there. At Horncastle Arena, you know there, that is happening between the 7th and the 9th of August. Very, very cool. If you'd like to win the wonderful painting from Ira Mitchell-Kirk or the tickets for Disney on Ice, just call through on 3777033 or go to our Facebook page. Make sure you like us and leave your details. Very exciting indeed. Rightio. On today's show, the Philippine Independence Day is coming up and we have two of their core local people will be telling us exactly what's going on with that. And very exciting, tomorrow we'll actually have the Lubbock Children's Choir in the studio. Really, really looking forward to that. And SPCA, as you all know, of course, last month I adopted Hank when SPCA was in, and there's some other wonderful dogs for you to adopt, and there's also some rabbits as well. Very cool. And Moses Robbins, as social media guru, joins me, and we're talking about social media and how it plays off with traditional marketing. So I look forward to that conversation. Now, you can hear in the background, of course, Madness, the House of Madness. Hey, any house is good. And we're going to talk now with Brent Lattimore about how important it is. Good on you,
Great.
Brent.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us again. I really enjoy these candid talks with you.
Yeah, no problems.
And I love today's topic because our first home doesn't have to be our last.
No.
And let's expand on that.
Well, I quite often find that people, young people, wanting to buy a house that's, like their mum and dad had, or have now, and so they're borrowing all this money and looking at houses that are probably a little bit outside their price range. So, I quite often say to people, try and find a house that's maybe a 2-bedroom unit or something similar and short-term. So short-term property, work on the basis you're only going to be there for a year or 2 years. A lot of them work on the basis they think they're going to be there for 5 or even 10 years. And as we were talking about before, I don't even know what I'll be doing in 10 years' time. Got no idea. And if I thought what I was doing 10 years ago, what I'm doing now, absolutely completely different to what I thought I would be. So you always say to people, look, don't worry about the house because they go, oh, the yard's not big enough, or it's too small, or we won't be able to have kids there. It's like, don't worry about it. It's a 1 year or 2 year step. You can afford it now. You can pay extra off your loan because your mortgage is going to be less. You don't have to kit it out with all the nice furniture because the house ain't that flash to begin with. But if it needs a paint and it needs new carpet, great. Add a bit of value. And if for some reason the market's a little bit slow in a year's time or a year and a half's time, just hang in there because it'll always come right at the end of the day. And maybe you do stay there for 3 years. But some people end up staying there for a lot longer because they really like the place in the first place. So it's more just about adjusting your goals and adjusting your sights and not saying, well, hey, we want this house and we want to be here for 10 years, so we have to buy the nicest house that's there. It's about saying, well, hey, how about 2 or 3 steps in between there and buy a 2-bedroom unit or something similar that's within your price range and that you can afford to, and still live a life as well.
Is the key to keep it real?
Keep it real, absolutely, yeah. Very simple, really. I mean, my house was a first house, and we've shifted a lot of times now, but it was a 2-bedroom unit. It wasn't the flashiest thing. It was a horrible old thing, actually, to be honest. But we were there
but
for a couple of years.
But you were on the ladder.
We were there. We were on the ladder. We repainted. We recarpeted. Our neighbours were nice. We had no land area at all, but that was fine. It was close to town, and it was perfect. It was ideal. And then a couple of years later, we sold that. We made a little bit of money on it, and then moved on to the next one, and just sort of worked our way up from there.
Brent, do you think it's important, well I would think it would be important these days, is if we're looking at purchasing our first home, even if we're at the starting stage of it, that we should come along and talk to Focus Financial and yourself?
Absolutely.
How we attack.
It's really important to sort of get these goals in place now. You may not be ready to buy for another couple of years, but we really need to sort this stuff out now. And because there's no point in people planning for this nice new home and then they sit down and we work out their loan repayments and they go, well, we actually can't afford that anyway. So it's just sort of lowering their expectations a little bit, getting them into the, you know, this is the price range of this particular house, this is what we can afford. So yeah, it's critical. You know, 2 years out, 3 years out, sit down with us and go through it.
And it's not a scary thing actually, is it, to actually have a conversation?
No, it's quite refreshing because you're actually setting goals. You know, you're actually setting goals for what you want to achieve, because most people do want to own their own homes, and especially in New Zealand anyway.
Exactly.
And
but I guess in the modern age now, we're led into the bells and whistles, the big dreams, and that we can all have it now.
Yeah.
But sometimes we need to be smacked with a bit of reality, isn't it?
It is, and that's exactly right. And you know, the more you put on high purchase, the less you can borrow from the bank anyway. So, you know, we need to knock that on the head as well to begin with. Don't get too carried away with that sort of stuff. But it all starts on choosing, getting people to realise we just need to buy a slightly cheaper house that'll fit your budget. This is the loan repayments. This is what you know you can afford. And let's start from there. And then we sort of mould everything else around that.
And would I be right in saying that before they go to the bank, coming to you, where a bank can see that they actually, we want to really commit to these people, they've thought about it, they've taken the time, they're responsible, and they actually have a big plan? Yeah,
it makes a huge difference if you've actually planned this out already and you know exactly what you want and what you're after. And then when we're ready to submit the loan to the bank, it makes it very easy to get it approved. Yeah.
There we are, we've solved the problem for you. You just need to give Brent and the team a call at Focus Financial. Make the time, make the appointment. If it's your child that's looking at purchasing a property, maybe you need to send them along to actually hear it from a professional and not just what mum and dad are saying. Rightio, Focus Financial Group, phone 0800 334 338, a fantastic website full of information, ffgl.co.nz. Now stay with us after the break. Moses, our social media guru, joins us, and the SPCA. Look forward to it. No, it's not J.R. Ewing. Not even close to it probably, but it's Moses Robbins, our social media guru. Do you remember Dallas?
Yes.
Not Dallas Buyers Club. Yeah, the show. Yeah. It was big, wasn't it?
Briefly, yeah.
Briefly.
Vaguely.
You're too young for that sort of stuff. Hey, today we're getting it back to basics. We're talking about how social media differs from traditional marketing.
Yeah.
So where are we going with that? So what is traditional marketing in your eyes then?
Well, radio, print, billboards.
So that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
The print, right, okay.
Yep.
And social media. So what are the differences then?
Well, I think the big one is that there's interaction in real time. So back in the day, you would think, I'm going to put this big billboard to raise awareness on a street where people are walking past it. The difference with social media is it's not on the off chance that people are going past. People actually are, but in their pockets. So it's the similar principle, but different. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's in the moment, isn't it? Rather than being static. I guess.
Out and about. It's actually in it's in your device, which people are already engaged with.
Can you overmarket yourself though? Can you have both? Is there ever too much saturation?
Yep, you can do. It just depends on your goals, and it depends on your audience and how you've chosen to engage them. So the thing is, I think where a lot of businesses get it wrong if they don't understand social media is they just think of it like the phone book or a newspaper, and they're just slapping up ads. Whereas businesses that do it right are leveraging the wealth of knowledge that they have for their industry, and are informing people and engaging them, which is pretty cool. So what are some of the social media business do's and do nots then? Well, a big do not would be setting up a Facebook page and just trying to advertise to people. It's not a place to advertise to people. It's a place to engage, to listen, to entertain, to educate. For example, if you had Mitre 10, if you go check out the Mitre 10 Facebook page, obviously enterprise level, so they've got a lot of cash to sink at it. They've got a good team working on it. But what they've done is they've positioned themselves as the DIY authority and spokesperson for Kiwis. So they can put up a post on a Sunday that just says, show us your results. And the community is so engaged that people are there uploading pictures and photos of their new deck and stuff like that. So they've just done really well to position themselves as a place to go to for DIY information and to engage with the community. You know, yeah, they might have the odd a wheelbarrow is half price now. You click on it, you go through a website, it's beautiful, it's easy, there's the wheelbarrow, you can buy it. But that's the end game. What they've done right is get it right first by understanding their audience and adding value to that audience. Because the consumers no longer want to be advertised to. They want solutions to their problems, and they want information, and they want it all in one place.
So they're buying into the branding without actually having this obvious, well, I suppose a little bit subliminal, isn't it? Is that without actually consciously making that decision, they've actually already bought into the brand.
Yeah. Consumers are a lot smarter these days. They know people are a business. You don't need to tell them. You just need to add value to their lives.
I like that. So adding value. Some
them.
Good words you were saying. First of all, is engaging. That's the biggest thing. You're really making that connection. And how are they adding value to my life? Yeah,
and helping to solve my problem, which is what business is, right? It's providing a solution to a problem.
And it's communication as well, being that social media is the most important part really now moving forward, isn't it, for your business?
Yeah, absolutely, and it's conversation and it's storytelling, which is we're a story-driven species. That's what makes us human.
Okay, very quickly before we go, digital natives versus digital immigrants.
When we see young startups doing really well on social media, it's because they're digital natives, they get it. And when we see these older businesses with the baby boomer generation, they're just stuck in it, they don't understand, they can't actually move out of their business and work on it because they're stuck working in it. They haven't built in any
it's not natural, is it?
Yeah, it's not natural.
Yeah,
it's too much. So
yeah, good on you. Hey, some good stuff. You got all serious on me today, Moses. It's amazing.
A little bit, never too serious.
No. The whole animal that it is, social media. And speaking of that, we now have the beautiful SPCA. And a favourite time for us here in the studio is when the SPCA visit, and a big warm welcome, of course, to Barry Helam, who is the Chief Executive Officer, and a very important part of SPCA is Sam Kens, who is the Admission and Adoptions Officer, aren't you? Yeah. And of course, we know a little bit about that, because of course everyone knew that after Hank was here last time, yes, beautiful Hank, he came home with me, and there he goes at home. He's just a bit lovely, but I guess I'm one of those feel-good stories about adoption, though. Am I, Barry?
You have a real good feel-good story. That was always good when we bring a dog on TV and it gets adopted by the presenter. We couldn't ask for a better outcome.
No, it was good, but I had a bit of competition because apparently there was a lot of demand for the old Hankster.
Yeah.
People wanting that, I suppose, that special bond, I guess, Sam, that they're looking for.
He was a really good family dog, good with kids and just lovely, friendly and smart, and you got a good one.
Oh, I did get a good one. And who is sitting with a very erect ear there? Oh, two of them now.
So this is Esmeralda.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's up for adoption. She's a nice adult female bunny. Yeah.
She's a biggie, isn't she?
She is big, but you do get bigger.
Right, okay. So what does a rabbit need then, as far as care?
So rabbits, a lot of people think they're really easy, but they do require a bit, so they need a nice, warm, sturdy, dry shelter.
Right.
Outside is fine, but inside is better. And a really balanced diet as well. It's really important that you're feeding them right, giving them everything they need. They need wood to chew on as well, which a lot of people don't realise. Their teeth grow forever and ever, so they need to be kept short. So it's really important that they get that.
Oh, cool. And you can get rabbit hutches in that too if they want to play outside and
Yeah.
things like that, can't you? Which
Yeah.
is always good as well. The wonderful thing I found when I was adopting Hank, though, Barry, was the team that they actually talked me through the whole process, and as we just said about food.
Yep.
That is a big part, isn't it, of the adoption process, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's really important to make sure the potential owner understands, you know, their obligations and how to care for the dog properly and what to expect in terms of that dog's journey and, you know, for its age and stage of life and what training or effort may be required to be put in to make it a well-behaved dog. Sam and the team work really hard at teaching dogs basic manners before they leave, and so really then it's up to the owner to make sure they take it to the next level and have a really good pet.
Yeah, exactly, and a part of your family, that's why I look at it now. We've got some other things to cover, but I really would like to pop up on screen now some animals that are available to adopt, and hopefully today we can make it happen again. So, what have we got here?
So there is Claire, one of our inspectors. It looks like she's just feeding a really baby kitten, I think, one of our neonates, so
Okay.
they take a lot of care.
Yeah, right. I thought it was from photos from last time, wasn't it? So this is about the animal ambulance going out and about and collecting, because of course we forget that we can call on if we see a animal in distress through to the SPCA as well.
So wee puppy getting a vet check.
Rightio. Cool. Very good. Rightio. So the adoption, we'll go back to that. The team are just getting it sorted in the control room anyway. But let's show some pictures then. Oh, wow.
So she's
That's
available
beautiful.
for adoption. That's Syrup. She's just a young girl, maybe about 6 to 9 months old.
Right.
Yeah.
Isn't she beautiful?
Gorgeous. That's Matilda. She's available as well.
Some competition there, Esmeralda.
Yeah, she's cute. And Stuart, another bunny.
Stuart.
Yeah.
That's a very formal name, isn't it?
It's
Good
a
old
great name.
Stu.
So this is Angus. He's available as well. He's just about a year old.
Oh, isn't he lovely? I could see him on the front of some food, food
Yeah.
marketing. My goodness, look at
It's
that gorgeous.
gorgeous.
mush.
Fury boxer.
It's Barley. She's available as well. She's about a year old. She's really, really cool.
Marley.
Barley.
Oh, Barley. Rightio. Beautiful.
And Cindy Cat. She's about 8 years old. Nice female cat.
You're doing well remembering all the names, Sam, just quietly.
I couldn't do it.
And this is
No.
a dingo. He's about 9 months old, and he's really, really cool wee dog. Really similar to Hank, actually.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
love, I can't take you as well. And who's
And
this?
Leroy.
Leroy.
Yeah, he's about a year old, and he's a big boy, big and strong, needs a really fun, active home.
Very cool indeed. So if we're interested in any of those animals, the best thing really is though is to go down, isn't it, Barry?
Yeah.
Down
Yeah.
to the SPCA in person.
Yeah, it is. It's really important to talk to Sam and have a look at the dog and just make sure that your lifestyle fits with that dog in terms of what sort of property you have, what your family dynamics are. And also, it gives the opportunity if you have another dog in the family to maybe arrange a meeting to make sure those two dogs get on before you go ahead with any adoption.
Okay, we've run out of time, so we'll have to get back on again, won't we?
We will.
And just talk more about winter and that. But just quickly, where is this SPCA located, Sam, for our viewers?
Out in Hornby, it's 14 Wilmers Road.
Great, good as gold. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And Esmeralda, I'm sure you'll go to a wonderful home.
She's
and a
very
big
good.
thank you also for letting me take Hank home as well. Awesome. Big year for us. Rightio, after the break, it is the Filipino Independence Day, and I meet two of their key people.
What a
See
neat
you soon.
achievement it would be if we could talk to the animals, learn all their languages, maybe take an animal degree. I'd study elephant and eagle, buffalo and beagle, alligator.
A dramatic opening for a dramatic thing that is happening, of course. We're talking today about the Philippine Independence Day celebration, and I'm joined by Alfie Aloharo,
Yes.
who's the chairman, and Jervy Cooper, who's the vice chairman. Welcome to you both to Canterbury Live, and very excited because tomorrow we'll actually have the Lubbock Children's Choir
Yeah,
in
that's
the
right.
studio
Yeah.
live
Yeah, they'll be
performing
here
for it.
tomorrow.
They will be. So
Yeah.
Alfie, tell us exactly a bit of a background about the Lubbock Children's Choir,
Yeah.
and of course about the Philippine Independence Day
Yeah,
celebration.
actually the Lubbock Children's Choir will be coming here in Christchurch. Not only in Christchurch actually, it's a roadshow coming from to New Zealand. So this Auckland, Wellington, they are done already. And this is the final leg here in Christchurch. Yeah, and also these performances in the celebration of our Philippine independence, 117th anniversary of our Philippine independence.
How fantastic.
So, yeah, and these children has done a lot of touring around the world. So that is why it needs everyone to watch and see these amazing voices of these children. Last night when we were in the diplomatic reception of the Philippine Embassy, I attended there. So I just ran today to meet this, to catch up this program.
Oh,
so
well, thank you for that.
It was really a very nice presentation that they had, and it has been attended, I think, almost more than 500 different nationalities was there last night.
Wow. Now, Dervy, they are award-winning, though, the children's
Yes,
choir,
they are.
aren't they?
Yeah. There were also a national music competition for young artists in 1993, 1995, and 2001. And also in 2003, the choir also received a grand prize in Barcelona, Spain. Yeah. And
Brilliant.
2011, they were landed as the third place at the Certamen Choral de Tolosa choral competition in Spain as well.
And it's wonderful. And it's so wonderful that here in Christchurch, the final leg of Christchurch, of New Zealand, how can we see the choir perform? Where will they be performing this weekend?
Yeah, they will be doing their performance actually at the Celebration Event Center. It is 81 Bickerton Street.
In Wainoni.
Wainoni, yeah. If you could be able to know, Cole Stadium on the opposite side, that's the road, that's Bickerton. So you will not lost. We will have to put a lot of signs for them to be able to come over there. Yeah.
And it's so important, isn't it, Dervy, to the community to bring over this talent, because we have a huge Philippine community here in Christchurch, don't we?
Yes, and also we were privileged down here because when we're in the Philippines, it's hard to to go to their shows because they're very demanded. So we're privileged to see them here in Christchurch.
Gosh, you've had to immigrate to New Zealand just
Yes.
to get to go and see the Lubbock Children's Choir. That's a definite commitment there.
Yeah.
Now, to purchase tickets, though, the details, make it really simple. Just call through to us here at CTV on 3777 033, and we will give you the details on how you could purchase tickets to go along. Now, some specifics, though. What time?
The gates open will be at 5 o'clock, and the program will
On
start
Saturday?
on Saturday.
On Saturday.
6 p.m. The program starts.
Okay, if we've never been before, Alfie, and God, I love that name, Alfie. It's just too gorgeous for
I
words.
could be able to sing if there were some time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just for the person who's never ever seen the Lubbock Children's Choir perform before, tell us in just a nutshell what we can experience from them.
Actually, even me myself, I've just seen them in YouTube. You could be able to Google all their performances in YouTube. But
Great idea.
I was really convinced when I attended Auckland and also Wellington. It's very amazing. That is why when I talked to the regional director of this Western Union, supposedly this event was just only for Auckland and Wellington. When they come here to invite us, I challenged really the regional director for Australasia of Western Union. I told him, bring them here in Christchurch. Because once
Alfie's got his grumpy boots on now. That's
Yeah,
what he
that's
said.
right.
Coming to Christchurch.
So I told him, he set a meeting with me and the ambassador of the Philippines in Wellington. So we agreed that they will have to bring here in Christchurch. Because I
Wonderful.
told him, if you invite Christchurch, you're just inviting the whole South Island.
Exactly, righto.
Yeah.
We've got to go now, sweetheart. Thank you so much, Alfie and Dervy.
Thank you
Enjoy
very much.
the performance. Remember, just call through to CTV for the details happening in the studio tomorrow, the Lubbock Children's Choir. Thank you so much for joining us today. Tomorrow, we have the Christchurch Casino and, of course, the Filipino Lubbock Children's Choir. Have a wonderful Thursday.